Start here, gold panners in Gugulethu informal settlement in Springs on Gauteng's East Rand say their activities are driven by hunger. Hundreds of people have rushed to the areas after gold was allegedly discovered in the town. The area has now become a big digging site.
Ke tlotlwa monana ke re ke lo senyetsa bana ba nang le sona mmuso wa khutla o etsa tsole tshikela ka nna ke sentse empa jwale re bona o le betere ha ntse re fiela terata tsena hore re kgone hore bana ba je re sebetsa le bana ke bana ba sekolo ke bana ba banyenyana ha ona motho a thabela ngwana ha ya dudi a sa je ntate fela ke Newzroom
Afrika's Scara Mafokoane is at the site and joins us now live. Scara, we see some of those EMPD vehicles seemingly have just pulled up. I guess this is where the authorities are now honing in on the situation.
Absolutely, Gugulethu, and I've counted at least 8 Gugulethu Metro Police Department cars with several officers inside. They are just convening right now, but the digging is still going on, as I noticed. But they are here basically to stop and intervene in this process that has been going on. We hear at least from Tuesday, more police are arriving actually on my right-hand side. They are just going to assemble quickly before they move in. I see as well there is the K9 unit with police dogs inside. So we're going to try to move closer. Once they move in, they just seem like they're getting instruction. There is one cop actually on the right-hand side. I'll ask Luyanda to show you as they are making their way in there. They're going to move in. I think we as well will try, go in as soon as they move in, just to hear what they're going to be telling them as they try disperse this, as they try to, also contain this situation, which has been deemed illegal. When we spoke to the Gugulethu municipality earlier, the spokesperson who's making his way here as well mentioned that law enforcement will be on the floor to try and calm this situation because it is illegal what they're doing, Gugulethu.
Well, Scara, maybe just before we let you go, you mentioned that the digging is still continuing. Is the presence of the authorities not deterring any of the diggers to at least just move away from the site?
Gugulethu, I'll ask you to stay with me for some time because there are, we're hearing now from on the left-hand side, my left-hand side at least, where the digging is still going on. They are hurling some kind of insults at the cops. I think, it's not deterring them as yet, but they are, noticing that they're here, but let me actually ask Luyanda to pan to the left and so that you can see that this activity, which has been going on for at least its 4th day, which has entered its 4th day, is still going on, despite police who have convened around the kraal. Actually, they're still outside. One of them has made his way inside, but I think they are trying to just monitor the situation for now, and before they could move in. Further on my left-hand side, actually, just next to us, Luyanda will show you now, there's one of those guys who came from digging, who's engaging with one of the EMPD officers here, who is asking them. There's a bin just next to him, and you'll see in a short while there's a gentleman who's bringing a bucket full of those minerals or the soils. What they did is he poured it into the dustbin here and the trolley bin, and then they would carry it. Perhaps let's just take a listen to this exchange as it's going on. Gugulethu.
Sebakhupha ungazi ukuthi yini mara umnikazi wesibaya.
Amadoda esibaya akhona maninzi and njengoba ndithi ndiyifumene
Maye inkomo zenziphi mabayenze kanje.
zidlelweni manje.
Bayiqale nini le nto le?
Lento ndiyithole nini eGrooklyn? Ngam ndiyithole ngolwesithathu.
The exchange that's going on Katlego, right now, the gentleman is telling them that they own this kraal and what they're doing is not illegal. The EMPD officers are asking that if that is the case, then where are your cattle and what is it that you're hoping to find here? And he says that, they've been told that there's gold in this area and hence they are digging and they haven't found anything as yet, but they will keep digging. Katlego.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite concerning, Scara, seeing that, like we are seeing, there is no deterrent of the presence of authorities in this particular situation. Do we know if there have been any arrests, be it earlier, not even just today, of when the authorities have come to this particular kraal and arrested those that seemingly are digging for minerals?
None so far, and like I said, they were told that it started around Wednesday, this digging here, it started around Wednesday. But what this gentleman is saying, I had an opportunity earlier. In fact, I'm looking around to see if that lady is here. He's actually here. Who mentioned that they are the rightful owners of the kraal and they've moved their cattle. Perhaps let's listen to this gentleman.
Indawo yethu but babasixelela ukuthi nabo balambile. So wena mawuzothi mabangasebenzi kusho ukuthi awufuni or ufuna ukufa mhlawumbe ngoba asinayo isafety thina just hlala la asinayo isafety. So nibavumeli? Asibavumelanga.
They're supposed to open the case so that we can wait because they are the owner of this land.
They didn't open a case.
They never open a case.
Sise ethi ukudonsa kancane nje usicela sikhulume nawe. So njengoba amaphoyisa afikile la ekhaya yini le nicelayo ku?
Thina sicela usizo lokuthi njengokuzonetha indawo besifaka kuyo inkomo makunetha. Manje njengoba iseyimoshakele kanje kuzoba khona imvula yePasika. Sicela usizo ukuthi kusivalele lento sibiyelwe sibuyele inkomo zizohlala endaweni yazo.
Bekhona omunye ubhuti uthe yena nabo the rightful owners bale lesibaya. Who who does it belong to lesibaya?
Ezizibaya zezamaqembu ayi2. Lesi nalesi seselinye iqembu. Lesi yanalesi yasesesinye iqembu. Singamaqembu ahlukaneyo ayi2.
Do you know these people currently who are digging there?
No, you English. You speaking Xhosa.
Yeah, ngisho khona ukuthi niyabazi labantu bakhuphayo lapha.
Asibazi. Ngesithi siyabazi ngoba sibazi ngokubabona. Asibazi.
Yabonga sis. I'll now ask Leander Katlego to just, despite what you've heard right now, the lady I was speaking to, she says there are at least 17 of members who have cattle who used to occupy this kraal, and the gentleman who addressed the police earlier, they do not know him. They do not know any of these people who are here, Katlego. So this situation, I must indicate, Katlego, police right now convening. They are meeting with the people we're speaking to. Need to contain the situation because those who are inside say they own the land, hence the police can interrupt them.
So, Scara, it seems as though there are a number of people that say they own this land, and from that interaction with the police were saying those that are claiming to be the owners of the land have not opened up a case in order for police to come and intervene. Is that correct?
that you're right. And they asked them that if you say, activity was interrupted here, did you open a case with the police? And the answer was simply no. And they're asking them right now, okay, are you willing then to open a case? And I think they're in the process of doing that. I'm looking around Gugulethu, trying to look for the Ekurhuleni Metro Police, the Ekurhuleni municipality spokesperson. I haven't spotted him yet. It would be interesting, Gugulethu, to have a conversation with him, because this is municipal land as well, forming part of this informal settlement. You know, we spoke about the reservoir and the water infrastructure that is surrounding where they're digging right now, which is vulnerable at this stage because they're digging around them. And earlier I mentioned that there is a pipe which was burst, I would assume, earlier in the morning whilst they were digging. So some of the infrastructure in the surrounding area, Gugulethu, seemingly getting damaged while, police are here convening, trying to calm the situation. I mean, it hasn't deterred them much. As you can see on your live picture right now, despite police presence being here, despite the municipality saying it is illegal to do what they're doing, they are still continuing in full view of our cameras, in full view of the police. Gugulethu.
And Scara, we are seeing those buckets being carried outside of the kraal, either into the bins or into the trucks that then transport the soil elsewhere. When it comes to this value chain, do we know where this is being transported to, and who are they selling what they seem to be finding as minerals from this kraal? Who are they selling to?
It's multiple of people, as we heard, as we hear at least from the people that we have spoken to. However, in terms of the value chain, in terms of how much they sell it for, it's something they were reluctant to share with us, Gugulethu. I mean, earlier on, I spoke to a gentleman who was digging, and I'm trying to look around and see if he's here. I don't see him. And he told us about the process that happens, how, the land itself, it's not divided. So when you come here, you're not allocated as to where you should dig or how far you should dig. It was a free for all, if one should put it that way, that you just come in and dig and take whatever you want. And I'm wondering, Gugulethu, if perhaps you'd have that bite which we spoke to Ntate Mofokeng as to how the process the process that led them to doing what they're doing, and how they get the minerals cleaned and washed and then later sold to other people. Let's take a listen if you do have that bite, Gugulethu, already.
All right, so we will get to that bite in a moment there, Scara. Just with those people in Springs, this is the Gugulethu informal settlement, what seems to be a cattle kraal, privately owned land where many of those people have descended on it, seemingly digging for what they say is gold, most of it being transported outside of that kraal and sold. Scara Mafokoane just getting us the details as the EMPD have arrived at the scene to try and intervene, speaking to what also seems to be the owners of the land, saying that they have not opened a case. Therefore, the EMPD cannot gain access to that piece of land. Scara Mafokoane will continue bringing us updates.